Hello and welcome to the Phantoms Weekend Preview Show. I'm Dan Breen, and coming up this week we'll be having a look at the Phantoms home fixture against the Bracknell Bees on Sunday. We'll also be having a chat with Will Weldon, but first, here's the news. Player news this week: the Telford Tigers have had 3 players leave in the last 7 days. Macaulay Hayward was the first player to leave. He's then signed for the Sheffield Steel Dogs, posting a 5+ game for cross-checking on his first shift in the first period. However, Andre Rajka was the next one to go. He was announced as leaving on Monday. However, he did leave the club in some style, posting a 6-0 shutout against the Swindon Wildcats. Rajka is returning to Poland to play for a team in his old league. And then on Wednesday, it was announced that Phil Hill has left the club with immediate effect. It appears that the forward has not actually been offered a contract by the new owners, and so will be effectively a free agent as of now. Jaroslav Sarzok has left Hull with immediate effect as well. The Pirates are actually in talks with next Elite League defenceman. Dominic Osman was quoted as saying he's looking for a stay-at-home D-man rather than an offensive rushing D-man, which was Sarzok's forte. Also being released this week, the Guildford Flames have released Jonas Kursela, their Finnish netminder, the one that was brought in to replace Richard Ullberg, and they've also released former Telford Tiger Rupert Quinney. The Flames have actually decided they're going to stick with a British netminding duo, keeping Dean Skins and Mike Will. News from the Basingstoke Bison now. It was announced earlier this week that Sean Thompson had left the club with immediate effect. This immediately sparked speculation amongst fans that he could be returned to Bracknell. That speculation was cleared up though on Wednesday morning when it was announced that he had joined the Bracknell Bees. So Sean will now be playing alongside brother Carl and should be available from this weekend. On also other Bees news as well, Christopher Caffan has been announced as leaving the club with immediate effect. He actually left last weekend, and it actually worked out nicely for the Bees, posting a very close 4-5 loss against Peterborough Phantoms on Saturday, probably one of their best results yet. So this week the Peterborough Phantoms only have one fixture. It's our home game against the 9th place Bracknell Bees. This is the Phantoms' final League and Cup game, which they will need to win. However, they are also dependent on results from elsewhere around the league. In particular, the game between Milton Keynes Lightning and Basingstoke Bison on Friday night. The Bison will need to lose this game in order for the Phantoms to progress. However, back to the game on Sunday. The players to watch really for the Bracknell Bees, and this is the first time we'll have seen them here in Peterborough, but the 2 to watch for us are Luka Basic. He's currently got 14 goals for 26 points and just 8 penalty minutes in 26 games. That does make him 33 or 33rd in the EPIHL scoring charts. To put that into some perspective, Darius Plaskowski is currently 9th and Alish Padalek is 15th. Sean Thompson is their latest signing. He, in his time for the Bison, has come up with 9 goals for 14 points and 12 penalty minutes over the 26 games. For us, these are going to be the 2 players to watch. We're joined by Phantoms forward number 29, Will Weldon. Will, thanks for coming up tonight.
Not a problem.
Cool. So obviously you've been here a few years now, but there's going to be some new fans, some people maybe don't know that much about you yet. So start at the beginning. How did you get into hockey?
I was probably 6 or 7, and Mum and Dad took me down to watch the Panthers in Nottingham. And I think it was about 2 years after that they finally agreed to let me play. They thought it was just a craze that I'd get into and then drop, but here I am, 15 years later, and I'm still going at it. Yep.
Now from there, obviously you started in Nottingham. Is that where you've played pretty much all of your junior years?
Yeah, I played in Nottingham from under 10s all the way through to under 18s. Finished my junior career as the last year under 18s in Nottingham. I was playing for the senior teams in Nottingham whilst I was still a junior, and then the first club I've come to full time as an adult or a senior player was Peterborough.
So obviously 18 and a bit years old. How did that come about? How did the move over this side of the Midlands start?
I mean, as I was approaching my final year in junior, I was obviously looking at what options there'd be going forwards and wanting to play at the highest level possible. The coach at the time was Chris the Cannon Allen, and got in contact with him, and he replied pretty much straight away. I think I think John Kynaston had also been involved in that process, and I think even thinking back now, David Clark, I knew him in Nottingham, and I think he'd spoken to John, and John had spoke to Chris. So when I contacted Chris, he was quite keen to get something done, and here I am.
Yep. So since then, obviously, you've been joined by a few more of the Nottingham lads. Has it been easier with more of them coming on board, or? Definitely.
I mean, obviously there's guys that I've played with, Norts, Greg, now Craig last year, that I've known all the way through my junior career. I knew Leaves from when his time in Nottingham with the Panthers, and then obviously we've got Connor this year, who I've got to know quite quickly, and just the travel's the main thing really. Getting to travel with the guys, it makes it a lot more bearable, especially on the bad nights.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got obviously 2 nights training, 2 game nights, so it's a fair few miles. Who is the best driver, and who would you say is the worst out of your group?
Is that including myself, or?
Well, you can take yourself out of this one if you want.
If I took myself out, then I'd say Leaves is the best driver. He's that steady Eddie. He knows when the time to get his foot down and get us home is, but he does it safely. There's never any panic when Leaves is driving. Obviously, everything's within the speed limit.
Yep. 70 miles an hour, honest gov.
And the worst one, I've got to say, Craig. Sometimes we have to remind him what the speed limit is, and that's the other way around in terms of we'll be sat doing 40 miles an hour on the A1, and that's not going to get us home in enough time.
So he's very slow and gentle.
Yeah, a bit like he plays on the ice, I guess.
Fair enough. Obviously, a few years back you got a bit of a reputation as a scrapper. Is that something you've deliberately left behind recently, or has it just not been an opportunity, or is that not bothered?
I don't think I've necessarily made a conscious decision. I think Slava probably has changed the way I play in some ways. I've got a set role with Slava, and I know what's expected of me. In the past, coaches have set maybe a slightly different role. Nobody says to go out there and fight, but sometimes there's a time where, you know, if you're being asked to kind of play as an agitator, you've got to back it up. I would say, generally speaking, I don't really play with that same edge all the time now, but certainly there's games when it comes out, and I'm sure you'll see it.
You seem to enjoy winding certain people up.
That's part of it. I mean, I think the thing is, if you play like that, you've got to back it up at some point, and you know, I've not needed to this year so far, but as I say, I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
What are you looking forward to the most this year as a player?
I was going to say holiday, but that's not that's not until next year anyway, I guess. It's just seeing where it goes, to be honest. Obviously, at the moment we're at the part of the year where everything's just building up to the main part of the season. We've got to perform now to make sure we're in a position to achieve what we've set out to achieve come the new year, and we've obviously got the cup that we're working towards getting into the semi-final for, so that's a focus at the moment. And then looking past that, it's obviously hoping to be in a good position come the playoffs that we can look to replicate what we did a couple of years ago.
Excellent. Well, I'm not going to keep you any further. Thanks for joining us tonight, Will.
Yeah.
And good luck at the weekend.
Lovely.
Well, that's it for us for this week. Thanks for joining us. Thank you also to our guest tonight, Will Weldon. We'll see you on Sunday at 5:30, where the Peterborough Phantoms will take on the Bracknell Bees. That's here at Planet Ice Peterborough. In the meantime, though, if you want to get in touch with us, get a hold of us on social media.